All right, good morning, guys. Today we're going to be covering our 6.9 notes. So when you get a chance, go ahead and update your table of contents with 6.9 relative frequency. We're going to go ahead and jump in here with the essential question. It says, how can I determine the relative frequencies in a two-way table? So by the end of today's lesson, you guys should be able to answer that question. For the key terms, you guys can pause the video in just a second and go ahead and write down those terms, and then I will jump into the mini lesson. So go ahead and pause your screen and write down those key terms for relative frequency, joint relative frequency, marginal relative frequency, and conditional frequency. All right, now for the mini lesson, okay? I am going to be completing the missing values for this two-way table. And we know that from yesterday, all of these values have to add up going this way, and going down my table, okay? So in this two-way table, we know that there is a grand total of 42 people that were included in this survey. I also know that out of this 42 people, 24 of those people were in the 9th grade, so I need to figure out how many of them were going to be in the 10th grade. So I would have to subtract 42 minus 24. So I'm going to go to my calculator. 42 minus 24. Whoa. 42 minus 24 equals 18, okay? So that means that for year 10, there were 18 people there. Okay, now that I know that one, I can also figure out this box. I could have also figured out this box because there were 16 total people, and 10 of those people were from year 9. 16 minus 10 gives me 6. And now 6 plus 7 is 13. 13 plus 5 is, in fact, 18. We can figure out how many people ride the bus. 8 plus 7 gives us 15. I can figure out what this missing value is by taking 42 and subtracting 15 and 16. So let's do that. 42 minus 15 minus 16. All right, so it was 11. So this missing box right here is 11. And if 11 people walked and 5 of those people were in the 10th grade, that means that 6 of them would have been in the 9th grade. So this is what our table looks like right now. Let's see if I can erase these little lines I drew. All right, so now we are going to use that information to help us complete the relative frequency table down here, okay? What's important about the relative frequency tables is that they're going to be percentages, so it's going to be like those fractions that we did yesterday, and all of these decimals better add up to give me 1, because that's my 100%, okay? So in order to do that, what we do is we take each number and we divide it by the total amount of people, okay? So in this box, for people in the 9th grade who drive a car, we would take how many there were out of the total, okay? So there were 10 out of 42, and I would have to find the decimal for that. Let me move that over because I got to be able to write some stuff beside it. All right, so we got 10 over 42. And I have to figure out that decimal, so I'm going to go to Desmos. 10 divided by 42. And that gives me this long decimal, but I'm going to just leave it to 2 decimal places. So if it's a 0.238, that 8 tells me to round that 3 up to a 4, so we got 0.24 equals 0.24. And I'm going to continue on with that by taking all of the numbers from my table up here and dividing them all by 42. So that means that this one would be 8 divided by 42, 6 divided by 42, and 24 divided by 42. And I'm going to keep on going. Of course, they would give an announcement. Hold on, guys.
Tickets this morning for a limited time. Also, the first few students in 6th grade who came by and bought Funathon, please come back to the 6th grade Academy office. Thank you.
So I'm just going ahead and making all of my fractions because I'm going to have to calculate the decimals of them in order to find my frequencies. It's going to be a little time consuming, but it's okay. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and start by doing my 8 divided by 42. That gives me 0.19. Now I'm going to do 6 divided by 42. That gives me 0.14. And then I'm going to do 24 divided by 42. Actually, I think it was 24 divided by 42. That's going to give me 0.57. All right, even though these are decimals, the same rules apply from my two-way tables, okay? So this 0.24 plus 0.19 plus 0.14 equals 0.57. And if you don't believe me, you guys can just use your calculators. But I'm going to continue on finding these decimals for you guys. So now we got 6 divided by 42. That's 0.14. 7 divided by 42, 0.166. The second 6 makes the first 6 round up to a 7. So we got 0.17. Now we got 5 over 42, which is 0.112 because the 9 makes the 1 round up. I'm sorry, 0.12. And then 18 divided by 42. And that gives us 0.43. All right, almost done here. We could do that, or we could honestly add these numbers to give us these fractions. But I'm just going to go on and do what I was doing before. 16 divided by 42. We got 0.38. 15 divided by 42. 0.36. And then 11 divided by 42. And that's 0.26. All right, now we have found all of our relative frequencies and we are finished, okay? So relative frequencies just give us the decimals or the percentages, just like our definition said before. All right, for the remainder of class, you guys are going to be completing the back side of this entire side over here. Okay, you guys are going to be completing those values for the two-way tables, and then over here you guys are going to be doing those decimals and those fractions just like I did at the bottom. All right, if you guys have any questions, feel free to email me. I will have my phone on me during the Funathon, and I will see you guys a little bit later. Love you. Bye.